So that's cool. So I want to go live and do this because, like I said, I take I know you guys been in the sports for a long time and competing, and then have a job at the same time. So, and I've been having running a business and working and still manage to compete every year and get in shape. And I had many surveys that I've taken every year, and I realized most people that are having a hard time, the big, with the full-time jobs, and the biggest fear is like they don't have time, what I mean, to make it to the gym. So I want to share that story with you guys, for you guys to share with people how you were able to manage to get in shape and stay in shape, and not only having a full-time job and also have a training business at the same time. And that goes for you to Eugene as well, because I know you both are in the sports, and then obviously you have a regular day, regular jobs, regular other things to do. It's not just the gym, and so people usually have a hard time trying to get in shape because they just don't know how, and plus their jobs get in the way, and they just. I want you guys to share your how you're able to pull that off. Are you there?
Yeah. Well, I think all of it is based on time management. Managing your time, and especially when you're with fitness, you need to define your goals and set like realistic goals that can fit into your lifestyle, and into your day. So I was the first thing I would do is having a planner and a routine that I could stick to every day goes a long way.
Right.
Goes a long way.
What about you, Eugene? Yeah.
Say again?
What about you?
You're talking about preparation for show or just life?
Like how you manage your time, have a full-time job and be able to do your fitness stuff, competing and eating healthy and staying fit.
Most of the time it's like bothers you when if you're working a lot or competing on top of that, you have to cut your sleeping time basically.
Yeah.
It's like if you need to do cardio, I guess you need to wake up at least 2 hours earlier than you have to. Usually if you wake up at 6, I guess you wake up at 4 to do cardio, then get ready for job and go. Like for example, if I did 3 hours cardio a day, it means I have to break down 1 hour and a half and 1 hour and a half at night.
Right.
Like morning, then night. Plus training, I guess. You train, I guess, usually after when you're done with your clients, if you train in the gym. But also I have other jobs. I'm doing TV shows and film. And sometimes it takes 16 hours on a set. But at this point, if you have access to the gym, like very late night, you can train maybe 11. Like Bev Francis, I train like from 11 till 12.
Right.
I don't live too heavy. These days, maybe I have 30 minutes only for workout because gym is closing. I do quick workout for 30 minutes, keep myself tight. And also about meals you need to cook, I guess, 1 day before.
Right.
Put in the fridge all your meals. Like usually I put it on time there.
Right.
And next day I'm ready good to go to work with all my containers and protein shake. If I still drinking shakes, otherwise I have only like 6-7 meals of meals.
Right. So it's now how does somebody who's not into competing can relate to you? Obviously competing, it's taking it to the next level. But let's talk about the average Joe who's just looking to get in shape, because I know you have a lot of clients that you're training, and his goal has nothing to do with competition. So like what advice would you give someone who's not into competing to who just want to get in shape, like how do you manage their time to just be able to do that?
People who usually get in shape, it's even more simple because you put them on a program for like 12, 16 weeks, and after that they basically get in shape, and they just maintain later by diet, and because for 12, 16 weeks you need to do push more with cardio, like start like 30 minutes.
But I think he's trying to say like, if they have a full-time job and this is they're new to fitness altogether.
No, I know that. I know what you meant, but I have.
By the way, I sent you an invitation on Facebook. You could jump on that. Just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, open up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I have somebody, she lost about 30-40 pounds for like 4 or 5 months. And she working as a chiropractor from like, I would say from 10 o'clock till like 7, 8 p.m. She
Right.
finds time usually in the morning to do cardio. Then she has sometimes breaks during the day. She comes to do cardio for 30 minutes. And she handling like 2 hours a day of cardio. She bring her food at work.
Right.
And she trains with me like 1 hour in the morning, like 3 times a week.
Right.
It's much easier. Like it's like less training for people who just want to look good and be healthy.
Right.
But I guess I want to touch base on that. I guess what he's saying is basically preparation. You know, if
Yeah.
you prepare for your day, then it's not that it gets easier, but you manage your time better.
Yeah.
That way you can fit everything in.
Right,
You don't
right.
need to be in the gym for an hour. You know, you can, if you only have 20 minutes,
Yeah.
you can,
Squeeze all exercise.
yeah, you could definitely go into the gym for 20 minutes and maximize your time. You don't have
Yeah.
to be there for an hour it's just that you just have to be consistent.
You
That's
just
the key.
cut your rest between sets. Will be actually
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
it
I completely agree because a lot of times, one of the people's biggest fear is time, and not only that, and then they don't know what to do. And so, would you advise people to maybe the best way to do this to help you help you create coach you on resourceful when it comes to time management? Because you're right, because it doesn't take that much time if you know what you're doing, right? So you
Right.
know exactly you gotta do like, X amount of minute of cardio and then your meals prep. How would you advise people that you're working with that to become more resourceful with time management?
Well, I think having a coach actually really helps a lot because it takes out the guessing game in your workouts and your meals. If you
Right,
have
right,
someone
Really
holding you accountable and actually giving you the step-by-step plan that you need in order for
right,
you to achieve your goal and do it based on your lifestyle, how they put it in, they do it based on your lifestyle that
right,
they can fit everything in. And like I said, it's all about preparation, and the trainer or the coach would definitely maximize your time and all the guessing game that comes with it.
yeah. I completely agree. And like I said, every time I do like ask survey, and I realize the people I work with the most, their target. I mean, my target people are people with full-time jobs, and the biggest fear is time, and then because they afraid that if they try this, they'll fail because they don't have they assume you need to spend a lot of hours in the gym. Yes or no, depending on your goal. Like we guys, we are competitors. We compete, and Eugene have been on the Olympia stage for
But at
many
that point in
years.
time, it's more like at that time, if you're on the competition level, you have to
Yeah,
make a lot of sacrifices,
Yes.
and that's a
yeah,
whole nother level. But
right,
just
right,
if you're talking about just regular people who just trying to get fit, you
right,
really don't need to invest that much time. If people think
right,
it takes a lot, actually, it doesn't take as much as they think. It's just that they're thinking about their goals, where they want to be, and they want it right now. And stuff like that, it takes time. Is putting the work in every day, and over time, you're gonna eventually reach your goal. You're not gonna wake up and look the way you want to look. If you're just trying to fit things in just into your lifestyle. And honestly, I think it's better when you do it based on your lifestyle because it's something that is routine that you can keep up with for the long run, and stay fit.
right. So would you say the change comes pretty much every week? You just don't notice it because you're so used to focus on looking at the scale or maybe looking at the mirror. Because I do know the change comes every week once you get started. But
Right.
people that don't know, they probably assume, like you said, they want it fast. But it is coming fast if you have a professional helping you. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. And also, it's, like I think it's also their mindset too. If they don't understand what it is to get fit or understand about meals, then they're gonna think that, you wake up looking this way if you work out 1 week or for 2 weeks straight doing everything under the sun. But it's really over time. You
Right.
reach your goals. You slowly become what you want to be, how you want to look,
Right.
But like I said, it's consistency,
Yeah.
setting realistic goals, like, milestones. Like if I want, for example, in a month, you can lose like maybe 8 to 10 pounds per month, that's
Right.
reasonable and easy to achieve while you're, doing your full-time job and everything like that. And over time, and if you've been consistent,
We got a question here too.
2 or 3 months down the line, you're about what? Almost 20 to 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
If that's weight loss is your goal.
Yeah, that's true. And we also have a question. I think someone asked, is it better to go to the gym in the morning or evening? So how would you advise that person, because
your volume is on low.
Oh, it's on low. Can you hear me?
For some reason it got lower.
Yeah, so someone asked how is it better to go to the gym in the morning or evening? How would you advise that person?
It depends on the person. I think it's better to make it than not even. It's better to be able to make it to the gym at any point in time in your day than to not make it at all.
Yeah.
If you can make it in the morning, I think it's more beneficial.
Easy.
Yeah.
And that you get it out the way, it sets the tone for the day. But but if you can do it in the evening, and that's the only time you can put it in, that's by all means do it. It's better than nothing. Think of it that way. It's better you do something than not do something at all.
Yeah, and for me, the benefit of that when you do it in the morning, I do think it could be. I look at exercise as a way of meditation. So if before you start your day, you get on you do your cardio, you do your exercise, your day more likely to go exactly how you want it because you clear your mind, and before you start your day, you work. You don't know what's going to come at you. So I think the morning you get to benefit from it a lot more. And of course, evening counts as well, depending on your goals. But the morning, you do get a lot of beneficiary by training in the morning.
Yeah, and I want to touch base on that because when you do train in the morning, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You already accomplished something for the day, and it really sets the tone and how the rest of your day is going to be like. It's not like you're going to be tired. Actually, it's going to give you a different energy. That you can be, you can feel like invincible, like you can do anything, you can accomplish anything in that day when you work out in the morning. That's how I feel like,
Right.
Some people, to be honest, can do in the morning because they people who waking up in the morning. But some people waking up late and go to bed late. That's why for them easy to work out at night.
Yeah.
And also the body feels different when you train at night because you drink during the day, eat body collect glycogen, and you feel muscles more at night.
Right.
It depends on person. What usually people like early birds, I guess, call them like that, who waking up in the morning, and for them it's easy. But some people, like me, for me, I feel better training at night. But I train in the morning because I have no other choice because I'm working at night sometimes. But for me, I feel better at night because I feel better pump. I feel more strength. Like if I do in the morning, for example, 3 plates of squats, I can do 5 plates of squats at night for squat. Like
that's good. That's a good point. That's a great point that you brought up because I've had a few clients that I've seen who now became a client, but their job was completely the opposite. They work at night, like you said, and I want you to touch base on that. Like how exactly were you able to manage and for those people that are working overnight from like 11 to 5 in the morning, and then you telling them to get their ass to the gym and get in shape, and they need their sleeps. Like, how were you able to pull that off? Because that's a very, very great question. Because a lot of people have been asking me questions like that. I have a job at night. I don't have the time to.
Yeah, that's why you have to make a plan. I guess even you don't feel good training in the morning much, but you have no other choice to train morning than night because you're working at night. Some people working, like I was working security, I still have chance to come to the gym before I work at night. Like for 30 minutes and I go to work at night.
Yeah.
Because then in the morning I cannot basically train because I work until 5 in the morning, then I'm just done. I'm thinking about how when I go to bed, it's like exhausting.
But I guess their morning become our morning become their night. Their morning is at night. It's like right before their work day.
I can relate to that because I remember when that was years ago. Oh my God, before I started my business, I was doing security at night, and a long time ago, God, like 2005, 2006, and I had to do that. I was working overnight, and then what I would do is get my cardio in, my morning cardio before I go to sleep, and get my first meal in, and then go to sleep and then waking up every 3 to 4 hours to eat and go back to sleep. Now, some people may not be able to do that. So for me, I think the best thing for me, what worked for me, is to get my morning cardio in. Because like I said, you get off from work, you're still awake. You still have some energy. So I would get my cardio in, get my first meal in, and then just go to sleep for a good 6, 7 hours, or maybe 3 hours, and then start your day. And it's still going to work.
Right.
Yeah, I did also, like she knows, I usually sleep 30 minutes a day.
But that's a little bit extreme. So you're just talking extreme right now.
I come at night, 5 in the morning, sleep till 5:30. 6 o'clock I already train clients. Then I had other security job in afternoon, but I make time train before I go to next day morning job. It was kind of hard.
Right.
If you don't sleep all night, then you train, then you come back to work all day, then you have to work, come back at night.
Right.
This was tough.
But it's true that you said.
Sorry to interrupt you. If you have goal, you do no matter what.
Exactly.
And then the thing is, like we said before, you don't have to be there for a long time.
40 minutes, done.
You could go in and get out, If you have a plan, already know exactly what you're going to do already in there, or even have a coach or a trainer, you get in and you get out. You don't have to be there for a very long time to achieve your goal.
So in other words, you're saying
time all day they're talking.
Yeah, so in other words, you're saying if you know what to do, because when you don't know, you'll be spending hours in the gym. You'll see you need to take a lot of time.
It's like socializing. People come in, they just hang out. A lot of them.
But that's just why it's important. Even me, who have even so that I compete, I still need a coach, to help me maximize my time. It's not that I don't know what to do, but having someone who holds you accountability, and able to help you to get the most out of your workout and also out of your meal plan, so that you make sure that you're on the right track to reaching your goals. So that's why it's very important to have someone
who basically has plan, and you've just
have knowledge,
less thought and wasting your time thinking what you have to do, but you already have plan, you just follow. Very simple.
Yeah, you just follow. It's easier, and they'll do it based on your lifestyle. So that really helps a lot.
Perfect.
It goes a long, long way. But if you're doing it on your own, if your goal is to lose weight, just even going to the gym, do 20 minutes to start with.
Yeah.
Do cardio it adds up over time.
I completely agree. Having a coach is definitely a way to help you become resourceful when it comes to time management, because when you don't know, because the coach will help you come up with different ways how to get your exercise in. That's definitely a great thing you mentioned here. I think we had another question. Someone asked, cheat meals. What is your view on this? And some say it's important to have once a week. Others says it's a bad habit. This is one of my followers. What do you think? What's your take on that, on the cheat meal? That's a good question, by the way.
Personally, I think if it's someone who's not competing, it's just regular people who's trying to achieve their goal, I think having the cheat meal, having something to look forward to at the end of the week or whatever day it is, I think it helps. I think it goes a long way. I think it helps you to stay on track, because you have, let's just say it's once a week. So you have 6 days that you stay on the plan. So knowing that you have something to look forward to, I think help you mentally to get through the week. and also helps. And I think even having a cheat meal actually help your metabolism as long as the following day you go back on your plan.
Right. Well, what about those people that doesn't do well with cheat meal? Like they maybe, well, obviously you can't control what people do because people, when they go on a cheat meal, they start eating everything, and then it does the opposite. Where the person just like
it clicks something, and then now they just want to binge on everything.
Yeah, they binge on everything. Like how would you answer that? What do you do?
I think for me, I think in that case, I think it's not good to have the cheat meal.
Right.
Especially early in your journey. Maybe early in your journey, you stay
No.
What do you think?
No cheat meals when you start, I'm sure, because
early in your journey.
It's going to create that you're going to turn to cheat day. Then another cheat day, then you come back on and you start to lie to trainer that you don't do anything, but you don't change it for 1 week, and next week you got even heavier. That's why when you start to lose weight, better just don't think about any cheat meals. Think about your goals, how you're going to look in next month or 2 months, or total like transformation in like 14, 16 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, like maybe clip out pictures of people they want to the body that they wanted to achieve. Have that as their motivation to keep them going.
Also, to interrupt you, the best way, even don't have cheat meals. You just need your trainer, if you have it. So somebody watch you basically every day. What I do with my clients, I tell them to send meals what they have during the day. Make sure they keep follow. It means now they turn it and they're going to be responsible. But after I would say, like 4-6 weeks, people start to be more responsible for their meals and they don't cheat. Because I have somebody now also losing weight, and that's what I'm doing. Like in the morning, she send me how much cardio she has done, what kind of meals. She even send me all meals what she has during the day. Like basically, she send like every 3 hours what she had.
Right.
And for her, it's psychologically easy that somebody watching her. But I understand because when you just by yourself home, follow diet, like it's getting hard for you. Like maybe I'm gonna eat something little bit, but something little bit turn to that. It put you back in the same routine that you before trainer, like you was getting fuller and heavier.
Right.
But what do you think? What do you think, things like in terms of
from my experience, I agree with Eugene. I don't think some people don't do very well with it. You wait to see how, depending on who you're working with, and then you can start incorporate like a cheat meal to see how the body is reacting to it. And I do think when I take the cheat meal out with my clients, they get faster results, but you can't just take it out completely. You gotta put them in, slowly introduce them to something just to see how their body react to it. And now I give a cheat day instead of a cheat meal, depending on who I'm working with, because everybody's different, and you do need that reward, just to. But I wouldn't recommend it every week. But you have to know your client, the person you're working with, how the body react, when it comes to cheat meal, like versus like for example, men versus women. I think a man can handle a cheat day versus a female, because
I know.
I know some people like that.
Right?
It's not easy.
Yeah, because a female, you give them a cheat day, man, they go all out, and then
yes, they do.
And then they wonder what happened. Like it's just not working, man.
That's exactly what I asked myself. What happened?
Yeah, for some reason their body just hold on to the food a bit longer, and and depending on how quick. I mean, this is why when you give them a cheat day, you have to structure it for them. Don't be like, okay, have a cheat day, just eat whatever you want. That's why for me, I rather structure it. Be like, okay, meal one, you have a little bit of this, you have X amount of that, you can have this, you can have that, and then last meal you can have, either some sushi or burger. Because if you leave it up to them, oh my God, they're just gonna go all out.
All hell broke loose.
But to be honest, I'm not accounting sushi as a cheat meal because basically it's clean carbohydrates and basically fish. I would say cheat meal can be only like burger or whatever, the cheese
Chinese
kind of,
food.
Yeah, some stuff like that, but I'm not
Pizza.
accounting sushi as a cheat meal. It's
Oh,
just
you
a
like
little bit
sushi
more
for cheat meal?
carbs than you usually have it. That's all.
Yeah, sushi for cheat meal is awesome, right? Isn't it?
It's not cheat meal. That's why just only like I guess when you have sushi, you can have it's white rice fill you up with your muscles. I'm not telling people to do it all the time.
Yeah.
But the point is not damage you as other food.
Right,
it's not as bad as other food.
No, it's not even better. It just make you fuller, and that's it. And also speed up your metabolism. At this point, you can have sushi once a week, no problem. It's not accounting as a cheat meal.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't count as a cheat meal. It's like a little extra carbs to fill up your muscle.
Correct.
I totally agree with that.
Sushi rice is very good. The glycogen source.
Yeah. The glycogen source, yes, and to fill it up, yes. I definitely agree. So that was a good question. Whoever asked that question, man, because like I said, these people they do concern but I think the biggest pain is timing, and then the second biggest pain is not knowing what to do. Because if you know what to do, then you know exactly how to structure your time management, and then okay, I'm gonna be at the gym for X amount of time, get it, do what I have to do, and then come out, and then that's it. So that way, even if you have two jobs, you'll still be able to get yourself in shape and eat well and get all your meal in. Now, when it comes to meal planning, what advice would you give to people that not because they don't know how to cook, maybe they don't have the time, right? To get all the meal in because they have to work and they have things to do, and like how would you advise or coach somebody on that? Because the exercise is one thing. Now we're talking about the meal planning, the eating part,
For me, I think cooking in bulk, finding the time to cook in bulk and carrying your meals with you.
Right.
And if that's not possible, let's just say it's not possible that you can't get all your meals in, and I'm not a big advocate of protein shakes and bars, but I think having if you went on the go and you're unable to get a meal in, a protein shake is excellent source of protein. If you can't get a real meal in, it's still able to get your micros in. That's that's what's very important. That way you stick to your plan. But I think the best way to really stick to it is to prepare in advance. That's like the biggest thing, being prepared. And cooking just like maybe one day or twice a week, you cook in bulk, have Tupperwares, and you just grab and go. And if you're stuck in a meeting, like I said, you have like extra protein shake carried around. You just drink it, and you still be able to be in your meeting without, you can't really pop a meal out, so you can actually have a shake or something to still get your meal in.
Definitely great advice, because a lot of time I get that with clients, they just don't have the time. Now, what about, would you advise somebody to order food from other companies? You know how they have other companies that deliver the food to them if they really, really don't have the time? What's your thought of that? What do you think of that?
Well, I think when you cook your own food, you know exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
That way you know what you're putting into your body and exactly what you're eating. But there is some meal companies that deliver that are healthy meals that I think is worth exploring. But like I said, I think it's so much better to do your own food, because at least you know exactly what you're eating and putting into your body.
Let's save money.
And you save money on top of that, because those meals are very expensive.
It's been very expensive, right?
Yeah. They're very expensive.
Yeah,
you're talking about 3 to 4 meals, prepared, every day, so you can stick to your goal. So
yeah,
it over time is a lot of money.
Yes, I definitely agree because that's definitely one when I took my ask survey, those were some of the questions I asked, and all that you guys are talking about were people touch on. And now the last question I have here, someone asked is, would you say age plays a big role in losing weight, body fat? And I think she said if you're in between mid 40s or 50s, um, is it much harder?
You want to answer that?
One more time.
In age, does it play a factor in
I can tell you
weight
my
and body
opinion.
fat?
Okay, yeah.
Hormone system.
You can just answer it.
Your age
Yeah,
actually affecting body, losing weight because hormone system doesn't work the same way when it's younger. When basically your test working fine, estrogen is lower, and it's easier to follow diet when you're younger. But I guess you have to again find the right person. For me, to be honest, like if I would be just the guy who never work out, I would better find somebody who knows deal how to make diet training program, and it will make for you easier. And also by doing right diet, it's also changing, working good for your hormone system, like increase your GH level, bring down estrogen, and I guess somehow still affecting working on testosterone levels.
right.
And it's going to burn down more. But also with age, you still have to add some kind of like supplements to like speed up your metabolism because your body basically is not the same way when it was younger.
It
When
slows
it's like,
down.
yeah, slow down metabolism. That's why you still need to some fat burners, for example, to.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a limitation because that's a big limitation I realize people have when it comes to age because I've got clients over 65 and still able. Yes, is it easy? Is it harder? Yes, it is harder. It's a bit harder, but you don't want to. I don't want them to feel that just because you're older, it can't be possible. You see what
Well,
I'm
no, we're
saying?
not saying it's not
No,
possible. We're
I
just saying
know.
there is a change. There is,
Yeah,
you can't expect to look
Same
for the
results,
same
quick.
kind of, get the same results as a younger person,
Yes.
right.
out of someone who's younger. You know, it is
Exactly.
possible. I mean, there's a lot of older people who are
You,
very fit, you know,
Yeah,
you anyway, you make it, but it can take a little bit more time
a little more
than for
time.
younger guys
Yes.
exactly.
or
And you
women,
just
yeah.
need to be consistent
Yes.
and,
Yeah,
because it's going to take a little longer, but
yeah,
that does not mean that
You're
you
still
cannot
gonna
reach
make
your
it, still
goal.
gonna make it, and also you need to be consistent, follow exactly what in the plan.
yeah.
Follow
So it's that.
diet, cardio, number one.
Right.
Yeah,
And if they just say, it's not working out for you right away, I mean, this is why you have someone to tweak it
Yes,
to make
that's
sure
the
that,
adjust it.
you are still getting some results from your plan. But when you try to
right.
do it on your own, especially when you have no idea, then it gets even more
You're
harder.
gonna get lost. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets harder. Um,
Yeah,
but when you have someone who can actually guide you, and especially come to a point you're not losing as much as you want, then they can always tweak it along the way so you can continue getting the results that you need. But like I said, it takes a little more time, but it's doable. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of older people. There's a lot of older people who are very fit and
right.
maintain it too, but it just takes a little longer. That's all.
Yeah. And last question too, for me, like you said, maintaining part, and I think for me, I think you need a different mindset to maintain that weight. Um, you need a different mindset to get in shape and maintaining the shit is you have to have a totally different mindset because it's just to most people it's just not easy to maintain it, unless what you think on that.
Well, that's a good thing you mentioned that because a lot of time, as some people might think it's harder to get into shape. Actually, you can actually get into shape, because a lot of times people have the motivation and the drive, but then they think once they get to that ideal look they want or the weight loss that they want, what happen is they think they're supposed to stop everything and they're gonna stay the way where they are at that moment. Like they're gonna stay fit. They can go back to eating. Oh, let me eat this now. I can eat this. And
Yeah.
what they don't realize is that maintenance requires work
Yes,
also.
all the time.
You have to be on it all the time. This is why it
Yeah.
needs to be a routine. These people that we see outside that, always look fit, it takes work. It's not like they wake up looking like this every day. It's because they work on it. And you have to continue working on it. Yeah, you can drop in 3 months. Most people can drop a lot of weight or gain some good lean mass in 3 months. But the question is, how can you hold on to that? Can you really? And that's the hardest part, is being able to still continue.
Yeah.
And so continue the process so that you continue looking this way, because it's work to maintain it, to continue looking this way.
So definitely agree that getting in shape is not as hard. Yes, it requires a little bit of work, but maintaining is like a whole different ballgame. It's a lot harder.
Exactly.
To do that.
Exactly. So people are easy to fall off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Because they think, okay, now that I'm in shape, I can have this, I can have cake, I can have ice cream here, but it slowly creep up on you. You know, over time, it really catches up to you, and you and I know both. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
Yeah, we can turn into a stuffed ball very easily if you're not careful.
It's so easy to.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if, all that work goes out the window. So that's why taking it on as a journey, a lifestyle, that you can have over time, something you can stick into your routine and maintain it. That's the best thing to do.
Now, how fast? I know this will be done soon. One more question, maintaining. If you choose not to do that, even though it may take 12 to 16 weeks to get in shape, how fast it is to lose that shape if you choose not to maintain it? Would you say in a week, a month?
We could go out the window. If you go on a bench fast, you'll wake up the next day like, what happened? Like all this hard work, gone. It's not totally gone, but in the moment you put on a lot of water weight, can falsely make you think that you're out of shape. But the thing is that the problem is, once you start eating this way, it's hard to stop. When you start eating junk, it's hard to stop, and it starts sticking. Everything just starts sticking, and all that work does go out the window.
Yeah, I totally, completely understand. Yes, it could. Maintaining is a whole different ballgame. And this is what I do as a peak performance coach. I'm not just a nutritionist. As a life coach, I help people to become resourceful when it comes to time management and committed, because that takes a different mindset. You really have to tap into people's nervous system to understand that this is a commitment, to commit to it as a lifestyle, so that way you'll be able to maintain it. Because if you just let people hanging, they're just gonna lose it, and then the next 6 weeks they'll come to see you again, and then it's just, you gotta start all over again. So to be committed, also it's the same thing, because I'm getting a lot of questions. I don't know if we can go through all that, but someone asked how do you keep your clients committed? For me, I know how to do that. How would you guys do that to commit?
Yeah, I have to go. I guess we're gonna meet next time.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, for sure. So we'll talk. Thank you for coming on board. So
Dolly's staying. I'm leaving. Dolly's staying.
Oh, Dolly's staying? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just need.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Eugene. Cool. Good to see you, brother. All right, man. Yeah. So one of the questions I have, someone asked, how do you stay committed to this lifestyle?
How do I how to keep my clients committed?
Yeah, how do you, like, for example, if you're training somebody, how do you keep your clients committed? Like, for me, I know exactly, what we do, because it's not, for me, it's not just, there's more that goes into this lifestyle. It's not just handing somebody a diet and then follow. You really have to coach them in becoming more resourceful with the time management, and also coach them on being committed, what it means to be committed. So now, how would you answer this lady's question? How do you stay committed?
Well, I think just like Eugene said, holding them accountable by having them send you their meals, like they're having for the sending them their meals through text messaging, letting you know how much cardio they're doing. Even like do weekly evaluation, like where they send you progress pictures and weigh-ins and taking measurements. Those things actually really help them stay on point, because they have to, because at the end of the week they have to have some kind of change, because the plan is geared towards making changes. So you're supposed to have there's certain things we see on a weekly basis that we know our client is staying on the ball. As trainers, we know what. So sorry.
That's all right. We got a cat. So that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's good. So what we do here, for me, like I said, I focus mostly on the mental coaching, because that's one thing that's going to help people to maintain this lifestyle, because you really got to speak to them in a way where you tap it into their nervous system to really make them understand how to create time resources, to create time to do this, and also to commit to this new lifestyle, because it's not easy, to just get up and say, okay, I'm going to be fit, I'm going to maintain that shape, and this is what I'm going to be doing. So it's definitely, it requires a lot more.
It requires work on your part. It definitely requires some kind of commitment on your part. It's but so much as trainers we can do. We can write you the programs for your meal and your workout, or even train you and calling you to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, and talking to you every week or seeing you every week. I mean, we will do our part, but the thing is that you have to hold yourself accountable. If this is your goal, this is what you want to achieve, it requires some kind of work on your end, some kind of commitment.
Right. I completely agree. All right, cool. So I think we got all the questions. So I think I have to go, and then I gotta go train. So, and next weekend I'll be in South Carolina, so definitely competing next weekend. So for sure.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna do well.
Well, of course.
You're gonna win.
I'm gonna win, and there you go.
I saw those pictures. You're gonna look amazing.
It's time to close the deal. That's it. To seal the deal. Yeah.
And you will.
Well, like I said, like I'm teaching a course, NLP course every day from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Most of these clients, they from New Zealand, Australia. I think today's the last day, or tomorrow is the last day, or something like that. So, and then to be able to get everything I need to get done from the time I wake up to 5 p.m. because it's a lot of work. So imagine you got to do that, and plus you got to do 2 sessions of cardio. You got to get all your
exactly.
meal in, and then
but
do
that's
all that
what
stuff.
We were talking about. That's a whole nother level of commitment. You able to give those classes and still run your business and still be able to get ready for a show, and it's like down to the wire. That takes a lot of commitment, a lot of willpower. But like we mentioned before, for the person who just have a full-time job, we're not saying it's that easy, but it takes some kind of it takes some time, but it's better when you know what you're doing, and having someone to help you along with your journey makes it a lot easier to get through your day, able to manage your time.
I completely agree. Awesome. All right, thanks, Dolly. I will talk to you next week. So
we'll talk soon.
We should continue to do this, different topics, and so on. So we will to reach out to more people. All right.
Have a good one, everyone, and good luck on your journey.
All right, bye. Take care.